Welcome to part 2 of our 3-part video series on the IELTS speaking test. In this video, we'll be focusing on part 2 of the IELTS speaking test, also known as the individual long turn. We'll show you what's involved and look at some strategies to help you prepare and perform at your best. Part 2 of the speaking test lasts between 3 and 4 minutes, which includes preparation time. The examiner gives you a topic and asks you to talk about it for 2 minutes. Before you start, you will have 1 minute to prepare and you can make some notes to help you with this. After your 1 minute preparation, the examiner asks you to start speaking. They use a timer to time your long turn. Don't worry if the examiner tells you to stop speaking. It means that you've spoken for 2 minutes already. Afterwards, they might ask you 1 or 2 questions related to your long turn. If you've already reached the 2 minutes, you only need to give a short response here. Let's see what part 2 looks like.
Remember, you have 1 to 2 minutes for this, so don't worry if I stop you. I'll tell you when the time is up.
Okay.
Can you please start now?
Yes, I will talk about a book that is special to me. I still remember the very first time when I came to Australia, 2 of my best friends gave me a nice book about traveling to Australia and how to adapt well in this country. It has been very useful for me ever since, even though I've been in Australia for more than 14 years, but I'm still using it up to now. The name of the book is called 100 Amazing Facts About Australia. The front cover has different kind of thing about Australian animal, some of the famous buildings like the Opera House. Additionally, this particular book consists of useful information such as the cultures, the people, and the festival. This helped me a lot to overcome the cultural differences when moving here. From reading this book, I was able to understand more about Australia in terms of geography and politics. Interestingly, one of the things I have learned is that approximately about 90% of the population of Australia who live on the coast, because in the middle is a desert, which is very hot and harsh for people to live there. That can also explain why different cities have different kind of weather. Another thing I can remember about this book is Australian ecosystem. It's not the same as anywhere in the world. Here we have a lot of different species such as kangaroo, koala, and penguin, and how the Australian government try to protect them in a special way so that they keep the nature going. I think this book is very important to me up to now because it helped me to adapt well to a new country and culture. I really want to say thanks to all my best friends, and I would like to highly recommend those. If you wish to come to Australia, please come to read this book before you come.
Thank you. Would it be easy to replace this item?
I don't think you can, because even though I could get a new book anywhere, but this book will not be able to replace with the care and the friendship that my friends have put in to ensure that I will be successfully in the new country. So thanks to them again.
Now, let's look at how you can perform your best in part 2. You're not tested on your notes, so don't worry about your spelling. You might use abbreviations or signs that will help you speak. A simple tip is to draw a cross on a piece of paper and take 4 sets of notes, focusing on the question words on the task card. Where, how long, what, why. Alternatively, you can use arrows to connect your notes together. Let's look at some example notes based on the topic in the video. Something I own that is important to me. Every task has a topic that you have to describe, followed by 3 bullet points and a final question. Use your 1 minute preparation to write your notes on the 3 bullet points and on the final question. Show the examiner that you can organize what you want to say and can move logically from one idea to the next. You can do this by using linking devices and discourse markers, which makes your long turn easy to listen to. These are words and phrases that connect ideas and express how you feel about what you're saying. Let's look at some examples from the video.
Additionally, this particular book consists of useful information such as the cultures, the people, and the festival. This helped me a lot to overcome the cultural differences when moving here. From reading this book, I was able to understand more about Australia in terms of geography and politics. Interestingly, one of the things I have learned is that approximately about 90% of the population of Australia who live on the coast, because in the middle is a desert, which is very hot and harsh for people to live there. That can also explain why different cities have different kind of weather.
Some test takers start by speaking very quickly at the beginning of their long turn because they're nervous. Then they stop suddenly with nothing else to say. That's why it's important to practice your long turn with sample questions before taking your test. Record yourself to make sure you can speak for 2 minutes. If you stop, don't worry. You can always use phrases to give yourself time to think. Let's look at an example of this from the video.
That can also explain why different cities have different kind of weather. Another thing I can remember about this book is Australian ecosystem. It's not the same as anywhere in the world.
That brings us to the end of our video on IELTS Speaking Part 2. In the final video, we'll look at how to discuss issues and share opinions in Part 3 of the IELTS Speaking Test. Will help you feel ready, confident and capable of success, both in the IELTS test and in the real world beyond. Thanks for watching.